This is boot camp. We go inside the basic training programs of military and law enforcement agencies to find out what it takes to join the ranks of those willing to make the sacrifice to protect and serve their country.
158, 157, 156, 155, 154, 153,
Open your mouth, man. Keep going. Don't tell you to stop.
This is Coast Guard Boot Camp.
0, 0, 1, go one.
Before they get to serve in the United States Coast Guard, all recruits have to graduate from the Coast Guard's 8-week basic training program.
Get louder than that! Oh my God! Get away from me! Oh my God!
It's not easy. There's a reason the program is designed the way it is. We have people from all walks of life that come here. It is a small portion of the youth of this nation that are at least attempting to raise their hand and do something bigger than themselves.
Basic training happens here at United States Coast Guard Training Center Cape May, located at the southernmost point of New Jersey. But before they get to Cape May, all incoming recruits report to the USO Lounge at the Philadelphia airport. It's where they spend their final moments before beginning their journeys as Coast Guardsmen.
Why am I doing this? I don't know, it sounded like a good opportunity.
My grandfather was in the Coast Guard.
My mom's whole side of the family was in the Navy, but I didn't really feel like the Navy was my calling, and the Coast Guard felt right.
I don't have a ton of money, man. I don't come from money, so I couldn't really afford school. So this kind of seemed like my only option to do this without accruing a large amount of debt. So
I'm most nervous about, honestly, just the yelling. Something you just don't get used to as a day-to-day life as a civilian, so.
This is the last non-stressful meeting you're going to have for the next several weeks. It's a learning experience. Their teaching methods are just a tad different than what you're used to. They're going to walk into a world that's very different for them. It's going to be very intense, so that when they go out into the fleet, stations, and cutters, that they're ready to help and ready to perform.
The incoming recruits enjoy what little downtime they have left.
Get out of the hallway, let's go.
Before they line up and head to the bus that will drive them to Cape May.
Okay, Coast Guard, tough 8 weeks ahead of you. What's the motto of the Coast Guard?
Semper Paratus.
I can't hear you!
Semper Paratus.
All right.
The motto of the Coast Guard is Semper Paratus. It means always ready. These new recruits have about 2 hours to get ready for what happens the second their bus ride is over.
Get on the train! Aye, what? Hurry up!
Obviously, there's a shock and awe factor to it. Kind of everything goes haywire for a little bit. While we do need to instill that little bit of fear and sense of urgency in them that evening,
You're shorted! Yes, sir!
the main goal is get them in the building and get them processed and get the paperwork where it needs to go and get them in the rack.
Do it now, aye, aye.
The first incarnation of the Coast Guard was born in 1790. Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton lobbied Congress to construct a fleet of 10 large ships, or cutters, intended to enforce tariffs on vessels entering U.S. ports. In 1915, the U.S. Revenue Cutter Service merged with the U.S. Life-Saving Service to form what we know today as the United States Coast Guard. Since then, the Coast Guard has been involved in every major United States military conflict. Today, the Coast Guard has more than 40,000 men and women on active duty, and over 30,000 more serving in reserve and auxiliary capacities. And it all begins here. On a cold week in November, we spent 4 days at Training Center Cape May, allowing us to observe different companies at various stages of the 8-week boot camp.
Boot camp itself, it is whatever you make it. You do what you're told, yes sir, no sir, aye sir, and it's as simple as that.
First, the new recruits are issued uniforms.
Next in line. Come on this way.
And after a medical exam and standard vaccinations, the male recruits get a free haircut. Then, it's time for the initial physical fitness assessment, where the recruits have to do as many push-ups and sit-ups as they can in 1 minute. Finally, there's a 1.5 mile run. Male recruits have 14 minutes to finish the run. Female recruits have 17 minutes. Not every recruit passes on their first try, but they do get another chance.
You have 5 minutes to finish this test. Most of you should finish in less than 3 minutes.
All Coast Guard recruits have to pass a 3-part swimming test.
Go ahead, step to the edge.
First, jumping into the pool from a 6-foot platform.
Step off.
Then, a 100-meter swim. And last, they have to tread water for 5 minutes. Coast Guard recruits don't have to be expert swimmers. Remedial swimmers are allowed to wear flotation devices. After all of this physical exertion, the recruits have undoubtedly worked up an appetite, which means it's time for lunch, or as it's known at Cape May, chow. But chow isn't a time for relaxation or chatting with your fellow recruits.
What is it?
In fact, it's the complete opposite.
Let's go. Move your feet. How about you move a little faster, man? No, get out. That's not where you sit. That's not where you sit. You have someone right there telling you where to go.
This should be one of the most relaxing times they have, you would think, but that is when all eyes are on them.
You're not special, and you didn't shave last night like we told you. A razor never touched your face. As soon as you get back from medical, I am taking you in there and ensuring that you shave.
You probably think that you get a little break from the company commanders, but when you go to your seats, the company commanders are staring you down and they're asking you questions.
Tell me about a Class Bravo fire. Who was Alex Haley? Tell me about Commodore Bertov.
Before they can eat, recruits are randomly stopped by company commanders and tested on required Coast Guard knowledge.
Go away, Davis.
Recruits who answer correctly are allowed to pass and eat their meals.
Carry on. Tell me about Douglas Monroe. It's not on the deck. Start writing. Aye, Petty Officer Greenwell. Start writing. Start writing. Start writing.
Those who fail to answer correctly are ordered to document their mistakes on a performance tracker, which is collected and reviewed every day by their company commanders.
It just goes to show you that there is no downtime in basic training.
Who the freak are you?
It's a sense of urgency in everything we do.
Sign the company out of the galley.
And it really all at the end of the day is there to assist the recruits and keep them sharp.
Carry on.
I'm Officer Greenwell. You don't respond to carry on.
And as boot camp goes on, it doesn't get any easier outside the galley.
We're going outside to play some games because of some stuff that you did.
If an individual recruit makes a mistake in boot camp, the entire company pays for it.
So this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why we're in week 06. We still have gear adrift in our damn squad bays. We still can't push in the hooks on our freaking racks, our laundry hooks. We're being lazy, Sierra, aren't we? I'm glad you agree. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire!
When recruits hear their company commander say fire, 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 it often means they're about to get smoked.
5 Find some real estate.
The smoke sessions, if you will, are the physical exertion of energy to reinstill to them that what they were doing was not the correct thing.
Stop anticipating my command. We'll just keep playing this game until you get louder. Straight out in front of you. I was walking through their squad bays, their racks weren't made properly, just little minute attention to detail things that they should know as Week 06 recruits, and so they got punished for it.
Getting smoked it's rough. It's hard to push through sometimes, but at the end of it, you feel better because you made it through. You feel like it makes you stronger.
Get on the deck!
Oh, did we lose count? Do we need to start over? Just do one good push-up. Usually in this week of training, we don't really discipline them as much, but we still have to uphold standards, and if they're not meeting those standards, then that's when we use these tools. Have we had enough? We need to be just as tough as the Marines, the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. So we have to also be held up to that standard as well.
Minute 2-6 probation on the quarterdeck.
Recruits who don't meet the standards of their company commanders are put on probation, which is signified by wearing a red belt.
Are you even using your brain press?
You get put on probation when you're like falling behind the company, you have like an attitude problem. You wear a red belt that says, I need special attention, I need extra help, I need you to put the spotlight on me for a couple days.
Recruits in need of even more motivation enter a program known as RAMP, which stands for Recruit Attitude Motivational Program. Recruits in RAMP are required to wear a red vest.
RAMP is a program we have in place for the recruits who don't seem to grasp the basic fundamentals of getting on board and aligning themselves with the Coast Guard core values. It gives them a chance to step back, realize the bigger picture, and that it means more than just the individuality in which brought the recruits to the training center. It's how they operate as a team and as a cohesive unit.
When we filmed this, these recruits were completely unsupervised and weren't being ordered by their company commanders.
Get over here, Wentler! Get over here, Wentler! I don't understand why the hell everyone is counting but you. And then you cross that threshold when I can see you, then you start doing the right thing. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Chair sit. Chair sit. Feet shoulder width apart right now. Doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Say it, you.
Do the right thing when no one's looking!
Louder.
Do the right thing when no one's looking!
Louder.
Do the right thing when no one's looking!
Louder.
Do the right thing when no one's looking! Do the right thing when no one's looking! Do the right thing when no one's looking! Do the right thing when no one's looking!
Shut your mouth! So take it, tell me exactly why. Why you think it's okay to do whatever the hell you want, and then someone sees you and then, oop, wake up, time for me to start doing the right thing. It's not good to go! Not good to go!
I'm really good!
Get upright.
I'm really good!
Fly away from me.
I'm really good!
In addition to undergoing intense physical and psychological challenges, the recruits actually spend the bulk of their time in the classroom.
The Coast Guard basic training is heavy in academics. It's almost, we use the term sometimes that it's like drinking information through a fire hose.
Recruits are trained to fight fires. This so-called wet room is used to simulate a fire on a Coast Guard cutter, giving the recruits a realistic firefighting scenario. The recruits are trained in marksmanship and seamanship.
We're gonna practice on our knots right now, so everybody get your lanyards out really quick.
While filming in this class,
Come up through.
one recruit gestured towards our camera. An officer spotted this, and while the recruit was privately reprimanded for the offense, the entire company would have to pay the price.
You people want to act like actual crazy people all day at seamanship? I got a tool for that. 200 seconds, back online with a full canteen, go. Fly, 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 little blue blurs, little blue blurs. Ears. Feet shoulder width apart right now. Get your canteens above your skulls. Fingers interlaced, cap facing the overhead. You people have absolutely no self-discipline. Absolutely no self-discipline. So you're just gonna remind yourselves, we have no self-discipline. Go.
We have no
self-discipline. We have no self-discipline.
Get it up, Lindsay. Up.
We have no
Up.
self-discipline. We have no self-discipline.
Hey, Lindsay, you taking a nice little break now that I turned my back?
No, that's good.
Hey, let's add a few minutes for that there, Victor. Thank you, shipmate. Thank you.
Thank you, shipmate. Thank you.
We have no self-discipline.
We have no self-discipline. We have no self-discipline.
You might think a small water bottle with water in it isn't that heavy, but after 20 minutes, your shoulders kind of get a little heavy, and once the sweat starts dripping in your eyes, you want to definitely put it down. But let me advise you, do not put it down because you will be holding the water bottle up for a longer period of time.
Taking a nice little break, Yelton. Taking a nice little break, Yelton.
No, that's good.
We have no self-discipline. It's immediate recognition for their mess ups. It's immediate recognition for something that they're doing wrong. I let them set their own pace, you know. I'm saying all of you as a team are gonna keep it up. Oop, he didn't make it, let's all start over. So it's really productive. You taking a nice little rest there with your hands, Van Brunt? Crazy how fingers interlaced on the front of the canteen was the rule and you broke it. Start over!
Very challenging to get through it. You just almost laugh at your own pain because you're out of breath from screaming so loud, your shoulders are burning. It's a huge relief when the whistle blows and you get told to put your arms down.
You want to make a deal, Victor? Ears.
Open!
Ears!
Open!
Drop the canteens.
Company, halt.
Before graduation, recruits receive their orders for where they'll be stationed after they leave Cape May.
Davis, where'd you want to go, Davis? Let us know. You're going all the way across to Hawaii, the exact opposite area.
Will that work for you, David?
Is that good enough?
Yes, David!
All right, you can't get Puerto Rico, you got Hawaii. That's pretty good, right?
Yes, David! Hawaii!
Where'd you want to go?
J-Rod, Syracuse Bishop, anywhere warm.
Recruits can request the region or district where they'd prefer to be stationed after graduation.
Where'd you want to go?
Bounce Greenwell, Syracuse Parker, on any Coast Guard cutter.
Winner. Coast Guard Cutter Shackle, South Portland.
But their requests aren't always granted.
Where'd you want to go?
J-Rod, Syracuse Tower, California.
You're going to Alabama.
Woo! Alabama.
On the Friday of week 8, the recruits are ready for graduation. Friends and family gather for their first glimpse of the recruits since the beginning of boot camp.
They feel joy and accomplishment. They know that they have done something that is physically and emotionally challenging. They feel satisfied that they've done that. Their parents are impressed because many times the parents see them for the first time as an adult, as an accomplished adult. We get a lot of credit for the change that goes on here. In a lot of cases, we're just the catalyst. Recruits respond to the impetus themselves. They formulate the plan to change themselves as individuals and as a team, and they meet their company commander's standards. That's the you've actually done it. And that's, I think, what you see in the room today.
Meanwhile, at Sexton Hall, boot camp is just beginning for Whiskey Company. That's the group we first met at the Philadelphia airport.
Attention on deck!
Before the company is officially formed, they're addressed by Captain Owen Gibbons, the commanding officer of Training Center Cape May.
I can make you the following 3 promises. Promise number 1, this will be hard. Do not be afraid of that. Change is difficult. But if you give us your all, we will prove to you that you can do more than you ever thought yourself capable of.
Yes, sir!
Promise number 2, I insist that you meet every single standard of this program in order to graduate, but we will assist you to meet those standards. Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
That assistance will not always be comforting, but it will develop in you the knowledge, skills, and abilities, the attitudes that you will need to leave here and immediately begin performing frontline Coast Guard missions in service to the American public. You understand that?
Yes, sir!
Promise number 3, you will be safe. Let me say that again. You will be safe. You'll train in an environment that is free from intimidation or discrimination based on your race, creed, color, gender, religion, or orientation. You will not be assaulted and you will not be harassed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir!
You can do this. Every single person in this room is capable of completing this program. And the truth is that we need you to do this. All over our Coast Guard, there are units that are sailing short-handed. There are empty racks because those units are waiting for you to complete your training and to join them as they serve the American public. But the only question on our mind is, are you ready?
Yes, sir!
We're just about to find out.
On a scorching Monday in July, over 1,200 cadet candidates arrive at the U.S. Military Academy for Reception Day. Also known as R-Day, it marks the beginning of their time at West Point.
All day long, the new cadets will do a transformation from their civilian status and at the end of the day take their oath to serve our nation in the Army.
Why did you decide to come to West Point?
Both my brothers went here, and it's a great school, and I wanted to join the Army afterwards, so there's no better school to do that.
All of my uncles, they served in the Army, and they're telling me that all about the school, how great, and all the leaders that came from it, so I just want to follow in their footsteps.
West Point is located about 50 miles north of New York City. It's in the Hudson Highlands. It's called West Point because it's located on the western point of the Hudson River where it bends. George Washington recognized this as a strategic point of interest because the British had to tack as they came through the Hudson River. It's the longest continuously garrisoned military installation in the United States.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the United States Military Academy at West Point.
After a short orientation, the cadet candidates have 60 seconds to say goodbye to their families. For the next 6 weeks, contact with family members, if any, is extremely limited. Once they leave Eisenhower Hall, the cadet candidates are now called New Cadets.
New cadets, move! Let's go! Up to the tape! You'll move along the wall, am I understood? Yes, sir. Think you're special. Look straight forward. Move, move,
In 2018, to be accepted at West Point, you must be a United States citizen, in good physical condition, pass a medical exam to be able to be commissioned in the Army, and have high academic achievement.
Tuition at West Point is free, but the cadets commit to years of service after graduation.
After their 4 years at West Point, they've committed to 5 years active duty in the Army with 3 years in the reserve component.
Hurry up, new cadets, get there.
The new cadets are issued physical training, or PT uniforms,
You cadet, you better close this gap.
along with a bag that holds everything they're allowed to carry for the next 6 weeks. Their next stop? The barber shop. Only the male new cadets are required to cut their hair. The female new cadets get to keep their locks.
Hi, how are you? Thinking about West Point? What do you think? Maybe? Your brother and sister here? Pretty exciting.
West Point started admitting women in 1976. Today, more than 20% of the cadets are female.
Over 24% of the class of 2022 are women.
Close that gap, new cadet. Close that gap.
So we've seen a huge surge, not only in the interest in women applicants, but also the retention of women cadets.
The new cadets are assigned to companies, where they learn the basics of taking orders
You wait for all commands. Do not do things on your own initiative.
and marching in formation.
Keep it tight, new cadets.
We have upperclassmen from the junior and senior classes that are here leading the new cadets.
Let's go! You want your boots or not, they better be in the bag.
So this is a leadership laboratory, not only for our new cadets, but also for our upper class as they work on their leadership skills.
Everything the new cadets learn on our day culminates in the oath ceremony. Family members gather for one last look at the class of 2022 before basic training begins.
New cadets, raise your right hand and repeat after me.
One of the most common traits that I see of West Point applicants is they want to be part of a team that's bigger than themselves.
Those who complete the rigorous 6 weeks of basic training will be formally accepted into the Corps of Cadets.
It's gonna be a long 6 weeks. I can tell you that. It's gonna be. I'll get through it, take it day by day, but I know it's gonna be long. It's gonna be hard, but I'm prepared for it.
I feel like it's gonna suck, but in the end, it's all worth it. All of us know what to expect, really. We just go in there, you know, get yelled at a little bit, get on the bus, get yelled at some more.
I think it's gonna be fun. You know, everybody always talks about it's gonna be a miserable time, but I think if you embrace the suck, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it.
You're not screaming at me! I can't hear you, Metrano!
This is Marine Corps Boot Camp in Parris Island, South Carolina. Before they become United States Marines, all recruits have to graduate from the Marine Corps' 13-week basic training program, which tests them physically and psychologically.
No one feels sorry for you!
It's a pressure cooker for 12 weeks. Under the pressure of an intimidating drill instructor, someone that's putting you under the scrutiny of attention to detail every single day, and to a certain degree, everything you do is never going to be good enough.
Everything at boot camp sucks. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, but it's only gonna hurt more if you look at it that way.
Around!
It's boot camp, and it's supposed to prepare you for the challenges that lie beyond.
We spent 5 days at Parris Island, where we saw different companies at various stages of training.
You will not run, you will walk. Get on the yellow footprints right now. Aye, sir. You will do what you're told to do, when you're told to do it, and without question. Do you understand? Yes, sir.
On day 1 of boot camp, new recruits arrive at the receiving barracks, where they take their first steps toward becoming Marines by walking through these silver hatches, symbolizing the threshold between the outside world and Parris Island.
You will walk through these silver hatches once and never again. Do you understand? Aye, sir.
Once inside, recruits are processed and assigned to their platoons.
Put it up! Yes, ma'am! I know you were told us to come with your hands down! Put it up in a bun. I'm out!
After graduation, Marines commit to a minimum of 4 years of service.
Aye, sir!
Upon entering the Corps, an entry-level private will earn around $20,000 a year.
Sit down. Yes, sir.
Recruits are required to make a phone call
Aye, sir.
to a family member or their recruiter to let them know they've arrived.
This is Recruit Hatcher. I've arrived safely at Parris Island. Please do not send any food or bulky items.
They're only allowed to read the script printed for them inside the phone bank.
I will contact you in 7 to 9 days by letter with my new address. Thank you for your support. Goodbye for now.
Yes, sir.
Get in the class. Aye, sir.
Recruits are given 3 chances to get someone on the line.
Sir, my recruiter's not answering, sir.
Call him again.
Not every recruit is able to make a connection.
If there is no answer, hang it up and close it.
Aye, sir.
But they won't have long to dwell on it. The Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Parris Island sits on 8,000 acres of the South Carolina Low Country. It's one of 2 enlisted recruit depots in the United States. The other is in San Diego, where only male recruits are trained. Around 20,000 recruits graduate from Parris Island every year before joining the more than 180,000 Marines actively serving today.
We take young men and women from all walks of life, all cultures. Maybe they were rich, maybe they were poor. They've got different religious backgrounds. They are the melting pot of America. And they come here with one common goal, and that's to be a United States Marine.
Parris Island, South Carolina. Here, everyday Americans become Marines, the toughest fighting men in the world.
Male recruits have been trained at Parris Island since 1915. Female recruits began to train there in 1949. Today, females comprise under 25% of recruits at Parris Island, and approximately 8% of the United States Marine Corps, the lowest percentage of any United States military branch. A recruit's day begins before the sun comes up. Their typical wake-up call is 0400, or 4 a.m.
Let's go!
Recruits endure an intense series of physical challenges.
4-3. Am I hearing that right? 4-3.
Yes, sir.
Fail.
Some recruits arrive in better shape than others.
Some never did anything more than sit on a couch, as a couch potato. And some may have been collegiate athletes. So there's a vast spread of what their athletic fitness and ability is.
Aye, sir.
Much of their training happens here, in Leatherneck Square, where a series of intimidating obstacles comprise the confidence course.
I'm tired of watching you freaking fail. You failed this event. Nope, just grab your canteens and go. You failed this event.
May this have one more try, sir.
What did I just say?
Aye, sir.
What did I just say?
Aye, sir.
Go!
Aye, sir.
The training program is progressive in nature. It starts out in a crawl, walk, run approach throughout training. 99.9% of those that get here can complete all those requirements at the end of training, regardless of how they started.
Hey, son, just I'm slipping, please. Please help. I don't want to do this. I don't. No, I'm not. Please.
Good Lord, son.
Any recruit with a fear of heights gets the chance to conquer that fear, courtesy of this 47-foot-tall tower. Recruits must rappel down using 2 different methods.
For me, the rappel tower was hard because I sort of had a fear of heights.
Grab below my right hand with your right hand.
You have to trust the rope. So there's nothing to be worried about. You'll be safe all the time.
Can you please help me?
I'm trying to help you, son.
I don't want to go down.
Recruits with a phobia of heights have little choice but to face their fear. One of the most dreaded parts of training is the gas chamber.
Crush, 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 crush.
Where recruits are exposed to CS gas, more commonly known as tear gas. Once the recruits enter the chamber, they break the seals of their gas masks.
You go in, you feel it, instantly hit your skin, you just feel burning.
Say something to me now!
Feels like those few minutes felt like an hour.
After around 5 minutes, the recruits are free. But the pain endures.
Definitely you thank God for fresh air. It's really nice to be able to breathe in and not feel an instant burning sensation.
Gas chamber is important because it builds confidence. Confidence in the gear, confidence in the drill instructors, and then confidence in themselves.
Now, start walking!
Recruits are trained in different styles of hand-to-hand combat.
First thing we want to see is that straight thrust, you understand? Yes, sir. Bust first, come on, sir. Yes, sir.
A key aspect of their martial arts training is fighting with pugil sticks.
You killed that opponent, you understand?
The pugil stick techniques are intended to mirror those used in combat while using a bayonet.
Here in the Marine Corps, we have a kind of a little ditty that means red is dead. So that red side is supposed to emulate the actual knife portion of the actual bayonet mounted on the weapon. So anything that you strike with that red tip, 9 times out of 10 are either going to be incapacitated or laid to rest. Honestly, it gives them an opportunity to blow off a little steam. They have a lot of pent-up aggression, especially towards maybe their drill instructors. They're out there, they're actually doing what they feel like they signed up to do, which is learn how to combat the enemy.
Recruits also practice with actual bayonets.
Fight back,
and engage in other types of hand-to-hand combat.
Grab the muzzle!
Although male and female recruits do intersect during training, platoons are separated by gender. And although the recruit depot has experimented with integration before, the Marine Corps is the only military branch that separates male and female recruits during basic training.
Yes, sir!
Ready, one.
According to the Corps, every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. Recruits spend the bulk of 2 weeks devoted to marksmanship. The first of which sees few shots actually fired.
First off is the fundamentals. They have to understand how to aim. They have to understand exactly how to breathe when they're taking that shot. They have to understand exactly how to squeeze the trigger and how to have follow-through and recovery with a rifle.
Combat operations is the foundation for every single Marine, regardless of what your occupation is. What it is to sit behind a rifle, look down that barrel, and be able to put lead on target.
You are going to swim until you pass that ladder!
The Marine Corps is defined as an amphibious warfare force. Therefore, swimming plays a key role in training.
If you see another recruit up there and there's more than 5, you're going away! You're making me lose my mind!
During swim week, recruits go through numerous exercises in the pool while wearing their camouflage uniforms. But training at Parris Island isn't all physical. Recruits also spend long hours in the classroom. But what may seem like downtime can end at any moment. When a drill instructor decides to order an impromptu cardio session at Parris Island, it's what's known as getting slayed.
It's an experience. You realize the thing you've done to get in a sand pit, and then you realize, okay, that hurt, so let's not do that again.
Physically it hurts, but me personally, I never worried about the pain I was feeling in my body. It was more thinking about the mistake I made and how I need to correct it the next time.
So there's going to be some chaos, because when they come here, we want to tear them down a little bit, and then we want to bring them back up into the mold of what it is to be a United States Marine.
Recruit training culminates in an event known as the Crucible. Over the course of 54 hours, with minimal sleep and food, recruits must endure realistic combat scenarios. The sounds of gunfire and shelling are played over loudspeakers mounted in the training area. Recruits are forced to work together to overcome obstacles and achieve objectives that require problem solving and strategy.
You gotta start all over.
Yes, sir.
This is what we saw on the second day. The recruits had become exhausted and irritable.
Catch us ready. Ready. Jumping. Jump away.
Just jump. Jump. You're not even jumping.
Aye, sir.
You're just falling down.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
You know, you go through a really rough time. You start thinking, man, like, it's hot, I'm thirsty, my arms haven't felt this bad in my whole life.
We're halfway there, come on.
You just keep looking at the person to the left and right, and you're like, well, he's doing it, I gotta keep going. Like, I'm not gonna let him do it on his own.
Come on.
So there's no reason not to push.
Once the Crucible is complete, these recruits officially become Marines. The day before graduation, friends and family see their new Marines for the first time in more than 3 months.
Families that come down for graduation day that haven't seen their son or daughter in about 3 months immediately notice not only a physical but an intangible difference. When they walk across that parade deck on training day 70 and they graduate, they're no longer recruits, they're Marines.
Meanwhile, in the barracks of Lima Company,
I'm talking to you.
Aye, sir.
All these riggers right there?
Aye, sir.
Take all that trash out.
Aye, sir.
brand new recruits diligently square away their racks before being warmly welcomed by their senior drill instructor.
Sit up straight and look at me. Our mission is to train each one of you to become a United States Marine. Discipline and spirit are the hallmarks of a Marine. We will give every effort to train you, even after some of you have given up on yourself. Starting now, you will treat me and all other Marines with the highest respect. Physical or verbal abuse by any Marine or recruit will not be tolerated. My drill sergeant and I will be with you every day. Everywhere you go, you must give 100% of yourself at all times. Above all else, never quit or give up. We offer you the challenge of recruit training and the opportunity to earn the title United States Marine. Yes!
Close your eyes.
This is Border Patrol Boot Camp. Before they serve in the United States Border Patrol, all trainees have to graduate from the Border Patrol Academy's 6-month basic training program.
From day one, our goal is to make sure that they are prepared to handle anything that they may encounter in the field, no matter what obstacle is thrown at them.
On a hot week in April, amid an intensifying border crisis, we spent 4 days inside the academy, allowing us to observe different classes at various stages of the 6-month training program, and to find out if the training is adequately preparing these future Border Patrol agents for what awaits them in the field. During our visit to the academy in April, most of the training that we saw focused on law enforcement scenarios, like this one.
¡Señor, no se mueva! ¡Señor porterista, no se mueva! ¡Ay! ¡Stop! Drop that gun! ¡No se mueva, señor!
I'd consolidate him over here if I had to.
The Border Patrol is a law enforcement agency, but are these future agents getting the training they need for the humanitarian crisis at the border, where record numbers of migrants, many of them children, cross the border to seek asylum in the United States?
The nation's top border official says the migrant crisis has reached a breaking point.
They're coming in record numbers.
At least 5 migrant children have died in government custody since September.
As families come here to claim asylum, fleeing violence and poverty in the Northern Triangle countries of Central America.
After being initially screened at the border, migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. are held in detention centers. Many of these centers are operated by the Border Patrol in conjunction with other government agencies, and their conditions have become the object of intense scrutiny.
The feds have now moved nearly 300 migrant children out of a Border Patrol facility near El Paso after reports of horrendous conditions.
In June of 2019, a team of attorneys who visited a Border Patrol-run detention center in Clint, Texas, told the Associated Press that 250 children had been detained for over 3 weeks without adequate food, water, and sanitation.
Outbreaks of scabies, shingles, and chickenpox were spreading among the hundreds of children.
Days after the news about the Clint facility broke, Acting U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner John Sanders tendered his resignation.
In that last facility, I was not safe.
A group of lawmakers visited the facility, including Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who compared the conditions of the detention centers to concentration camps. Although the Border Patrol is tasked with operating detention centers, we didn't see any training during our visit to the academy.
Ustedes por estos permisos?
Aside from learning to communicate in Spanish, that was specifically focused on working in the centers. In a statement to Business Insider, a Customs and Border Protection spokesperson said that the Border Patrol Academy does not conduct training related to detention officer duties, adding that once a trainee graduates and arrives at their station, it becomes the duty and responsibility of their station to further train the new agent on local policies and procedures. When asked if the academy had any future plans to change its training based on the reports about the detention centers, the CBP spokesperson offered no indication that any such plans exist. So what kind of training do Border Patrol agents get at the academy? And how did we get here in the first place? The The Border Patrol was established in 1924 with 2 stations at the U.S.-Mexico border in El Paso, Texas, and near the Canadian border in Detroit. Its main objective? Combating bootleggers smuggling liquor during Prohibition.
Whenever illegal hooch or beer was discovered by the feds, it met the same fate. Crack open the kegs and let the contents flow down the drain.
It was a very bloody time. We lost over 31 officers during that time period. There were times when there were shootouts 2 or 3 times a day for a whole month.
We still like to remember that once upon a time, Texas had its own president. When we built our capital at Austin, we built it big, like the one at Washington. Texas begins where Mexico leaves off. And nowadays, along the whole 1,000 miles of frontier, the Border Patrol's on the job, day and night.
In the 1950s, the number of migrants crossing from Mexico spiked. And the Eisenhower administration responded with an initiative officially known as Operation Wetback, named after a racist slur used to describe Mexican migrants. Over 1 million people were deported, and Border Patrol enforcement activities plummeted. That is, until the 70s. Amid the flow of illegal drugs from Mexico, the number of deportations skyrocketed to the highest levels in decades.
Okay, units, let's shut it off. Same positions.
There's enough to keep us busy for a while.
Since then, illegal crossings have increased, and the Border Patrol has continued to be scrutinized for allegations of mistreatment toward migrants.
The U.S. Customs and Border Protection has launched an investigation into a secret Facebook group where thousands of Border Patrol agents posted sexist memes and joked about migrant deaths.
According to ProPublica, the group had about 9,500 members.
We take all of the posts that were put out today very seriously. These do not represent the thoughts of the men and women of the U.S. Border Patrol.
So who joins the Border Patrol? Today, about 19,000 men and women actively serve in the Border Patrol. Only 5% of the agency is female.
35!
The biggest gender gap of any agency in the federal government.
Slowly get on your feet!
More than half of the 19,000 active Border Patrol agents are Hispanic.
A lot of our agents who are Hispanic grew up on the southwest border, so they grew up around Border Patrol agents. We are honored that over half of the Border Patrol agents are a minority, serve as the majority in the Border Patrol. They want to protect and serve the communities where they grew up and where they're from.
So how are Border Patrol agents prepared for the field? Basic training happens here at the Border Patrol Academy in Artesia, New Mexico, about 200 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. Artesia is known for 3 major exports: refined oil, pecans, and Border Patrol agents. Every year, about 1,000 trainees graduate from the academy before heading to the field. Before they get to Artesia, incoming trainees meet in El Paso and board a bus that takes them to the academy.
I first decided to go to the Marines and gain some experience and eventually come into law enforcement.
I was in the Army. I had an urge to continue my career path. I just wanted something a little bit more different. So I did my research, and Border Patrol was pretty much up that alley to what I was looking for.
Well, it's a symbol of excellence, a symbol of pride that people are willing to defend the United States of America in a very thankless, dangerous job. So those type of people deserve respect, and I want to be one of those types of people.
The Border Patrol says that thousands more agents are needed in the field, but has historically struggled to recruit and retain them.
Get out that move! Get down! Get on! Get on! Let's go, sir! Hurry up, you better move yourself! A little better! Stay sitting there walking around! How about you freaking sound off, sir? Sound off! Yes, sir! Sound off! Yes, sir!
For the next few hours, the new class will experience Entry on Duty.
Stop shaking already!
Or EOD.
So, get back here! Stop! Get back! What was that?
Which forces trainees to follow basic commands under extreme psychological stress.
You had one step to take, and you decided to take a shortcut! Louder than me! Yes, sir! You're not louder than me!
me yet? Yes, sir. How are you going to arrest 20 people if you can't even speak loudly?
They're going to be put under stress, and there's a reason behind that.
Why? Why?
They have to be able to think. They have to be able to receive instruction. They have to be able to make decisions, and then they have to be able to execute those decisions or actions under stress.
You better get back over there with the rest of them and start over. Hurry up!
I appreciate they're here. I understand the sacrifice, their commitment to duty. However,
answer your voice!
You are now a Border Patrol trainee, and you're going to start getting indoctrinated into our world and get prepared for this profession.
Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? He's scared. And that's what's going to happen when he gets to the field. He's going to be scared. He ain't making it to the field. Going to be scared, going to shake. You think that's going to look good? No, sir. You think the criminals are going to like that? No, They're going to look at you and go, I got him. He's mine. But we'll teach you. We'll teach you how not to be scared.
Back up. The last I checked, sir, R does not come right before T and in between S. Am I wrong? Why are you staring at me? Huh? Aren't you an adult?
Yes, sir.
My 2-year-old can take responsibility, sir. Fix yourself. Go find the S's.
Active trainees are allowed to observe EOD. But when an officer caught a group of them laughing and joking, they were quickly corrected.
If that happens again, it will end. Shift! Day 0. Nothing's even started yet.
No one's forcing you to be here. You're welcome to leave anytime you like.
Are you looking for a way out?
No, sir.
The way out is on the bus.
You just decided to look at me. I feel like you're ready to quit tonight. You ready, sir?
After this session, we learned that some instructors were addressed about using language that encouraged trainees to quit, even though it was part of the intended stress inoculation.
We're not trying to get people to quit. That's certainly not the intent. Our senior leadership historically and now has been supportive of the fact that, yes, absolutely, we need more agents out there on the line getting the job done, but that we don't need to lower our standards in order to accomplish that.
You better put that pen away, sir. You make me nervous with that pen. Like you want to stab me with it. You want to stab me right now, sir? Try it. See how far you get. Maybe you should wear your.
The new trainees are issued uniforms.
Get my face! Hurry up, you!
But the high stress levels endure.
Move the damn pen! Do they button or do they not button? No, sir! Jesus Christ! They're not running around you!
These periods of stress inoculation or intentional induction of that high stress levels, it goes up, it goes down.
Let's go! Hurry up!
And these things subside.
There you go. Good teamwork. Exactly what I want to see.
Start working together. Help each other out.
Do the right thing when nobody's looking.
As the sun begins to set on EOD, the tone from the instructors has obviously started to change.
We will become brothers and sisters. Trust me when I'm telling you this. You will succeed if you listen to me.
Everybody's got to work together as a team.
Yes, sir.
You join the Border Patrol, that's part of a family. Start acting like you, start helping each other out.
The only way you people are going to make it through this academy is by helping each other out. But if you don't help and take care of your classmates, you won't make it and they won't make it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
None of y'all want to go home?
No, sir.
Then you better take care of each other.
The Border Patrol Academy sits on 3,000 acres of rugged terrain, featuring life-size sectional replicas of border fences.
Rotate! Rotate!
When the trainees graduate, they'll leave with 14 different certifications. Some learned inside the classroom, but most learned outside. And it all starts with fitness. Trainees spend 178 hours in the physical techniques department. Since some field agents work on the water, trainees also have to spend time in the pool, where they prepare to jump from high elevations using this, an apparatus known as Jacob's Ladder, with a vertical drop of 30 feet. If these trainees appear a little uneasy, it's because they're about to experience perhaps the most dreaded part of training: OC exposure.
Right.
OC stands for oleoresin capsicum, more commonly known as pepper spray.
Stand by.
You've got to know how you're going to react if someone attacks you with the same thing. I have had one of my agents sprayed with that stuff by a murder suspect. They've got to know what it's going to do to them should it be used against us.
Stand by. Stand by.
After being sprayed,
Look over here.
the trainees have to describe vehicles parked hundreds of yards away.
Tell me how many cars do you see?
2 cars, 1 white bus. You'd have to open your eyes up in order to see. In order to see the suspect, you have to open your eyes up.
3.
No, there's not. You have to open your eyes in order to see.
4.
You're gonna have to fight through it. 2. All right, come on, come on.
The trainee must then confront an assailant.
Use Border Patrol, get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!
Good hit.
Get down on the ground!
Detain him, and successfully call for backup.
Kilo 17, Tango 30, Tango 35.
10-4. Buck up.
Come on, Roger.
Finally, they're able to wash off the OC. But the pain lingers.
So how do you feel now? You seem okay.
My face is on fire. This is probably the worst thing I've felt. Not be able to see, I can't even see for the past 30, 45 minutes. My nose burning and everything, it's pretty bad.
I think if we're putting our suspects out there through the same thing we're going through, we might as well feel what it feels like just to know how to use the actual tools properly.
Backup's on the way, backup!
It's definitely torture, but it's a good kind of pain.
Vehicle 1 through 6. Go, 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 go.
Another major component of training is driving.
Go, we have a green light, all vehicles are good.
When they leave the academy, most of their day they're going to be operating within a vehicle. That will be their office for the day. They may be out in the desert in some rough terrain. They may be called to pursue a vehicle at high rates of speed.
Sir, get your hands out of your pockets.
The students are running through a scenario
Get on your knees, sir!
that trains them to deal with what to do after they perform an offensive driving technique.
Trainees spend over 130 hours with the firearms department.
While they're at the Border Patrol Academy, a single trainee will shoot 6,000 rounds of the pistol ammunition and about 10,000 rounds of the rifle. We start very slowly. We just initially give them a firearm and we say, okay, look at this weapon. Touch this weapon. There's no ammunition, there's no magazine. Let's take the weapon out of the holster. Let's start getting acclimated to how this weapon feels. And then we move on to the precision part. We fire the weapon and we see where the rounds go. So they're taking everything that we have taught them and they're now putting it together with movement. And that really is the culmination of everything that we're trying to do here.
Make sure you guys can get to your magazine pouches. Make sure you can get to your pistol holster.
Once the trainees learn how to use firearms, they then learn when to use them. And more importantly, when not to. This exercise is known as judgment. Trainees face off with role players who may or may not be a threat. Some role players are armed with weapons, others only with cell phones. The trainees have to make a split-second decision of whether or not to draw and fire. The trainees apply their skills in a variety of tactical scenarios, such as a hostage situation with an active shooter.
Hands on the wall, feet apart.
We get our learning objectives from what the field is telling us they need.
In this scenario, trainees learn how to interdict a group of drug smugglers trying to cross illegally into the United States.
Let's get her done quickly.
We use a lot of role playing, a lot of role players, both from the local area as well as detailed agents and instructors here at the Academy assigned on a rotational basis.
¿Cuánto tiempo, señor? Por favor, me está hinchando mucho, por favor.
Llega en 30 minutos.
The hired role players play a huge part in perhaps the most important aspect of training at the Academy.
¿Está usted aquí en los Estados Unidos ilegalmente?
Spanish.
Por estar en los Estados Unidos, señorita, ilegalmente, está bajo arresto.
Over 90% of the individuals that we arrest will only speak the Spanish language, or the Spanish language will be their first language.
Es falso. Su documento es falso.
No sé por qué. Yo soy Vicente González Flores.
We don't expect them to be fluent Spanish speakers, but we do expect them to at least be able to have a conversation, to communicate with them efficiently and safely more than anything. That way they are able to safely do their job.
¿Necesita una ambulancia?
Sí, por favor.
¿Cuántos años tiene usted?
49.
¿49?
Sí.
Trainees spend 182 hours with the Spanish department. While that's the most time spent in one specific department, it represents less than a fifth of their total curriculum, most of which is focused on law enforcement. What we did not observe during our time in Artesia were any scenarios that specifically involved working in detention centers or caring for children, which is a daily responsibility of some Border Patrol agents working in the field. In regards to how trainees are instructed to work with children, the CBP spokesperson told Business Insider that the Border Patrol Academy trains and teaches agents about policies and regulations related to the current case precedent that governs children in short-term custody. We asked CBP what level of responsibility the Academy should bear in terms of preparing Border Patrol agents to deal with the current situation at many processing centers. They said the Border Patrol Academy has implemented the Medical Emergency Decision Scenarios, or MEDS, into its curriculum.
¿Dónde le duele?
El estómago.
This is a medical response, so they have to approach the injured subject. They have to determine what is wrong with the injured subject. That way they are able to get the subject help as soon as possible.
Naciste el marzo 16 de marzo.
This is not a scenario. This footage was shot at the U.S.-Mexico border in El Paso, where Border Patrol agents have to screen hundreds of migrants crossing into the U.S. every day and oversee crowded detention centers where the migrants wait for days and even weeks to be processed. As a new class prepares to graduate, are they ready for what awaits them in the field? On graduation day, friends and family make the trip to Artesia to see their loved ones before they're deployed.
Honor guard! Retire the colors! Close ranks! Out!
Less than 100 years, and we have 128 line of duty deaths. That's more than one a year. That's too many.
At the beginning of training, each trainee is issued a silent partner, one of the 128 Border Patrol agents killed in action, represented by a card that they carry with them at all times.
This is what we're trying to change. Mistakes we've made in the field, things that we've done wrong. Hopefully nothing ever bad happens to one of your loved ones, but in the case that it does, you'll always be part of this Border Patrol family.
We're going to prepare them from day one how to take care of themselves, their partners, the people that they encounter. Treat them just like they would want a family member to be treated, and then go home to their families. I want them to look back and say, every day I was willing to put my life on the line for this country, and I served admirably, and I made a difference in the protection of America.
Meanwhile, boot camp is just beginning for Class 1120. That's the group we first met on the bus from El Paso, and we were on hand for for the message that Academy Chief Dan M. Harris Jr. delivered to the class on day one of their training.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, class. My name is Dan Harris Jr., and I am the chief of the United States Border Patrol Academy. And there are a few things that I need to tell you that you need to hear directly from me. I promise you, you're going to have to take someone's freedom away. And you are going to get that right when you leave here. Let's hope you don't ever have to take someone's life away. But you're asking me to give you the authority to do both of those things. And let me be crystal clear. If you bring dishonor to the United States Border Patrol, if you bring dishonor to the uniform you are wearing, I'm going to fire you. Is that understood?
Yes, sir!
Every single class tells me that same thing. There are men and women out there on the street on patrol right now in the desert who need you as their backup. They need your help out there right now. I need you to graduate from this academy. But again, nothing will be given to you. I wish the best of luck to all of you, and the next time I talk to you will be day 112. I'll see you then. On your feet. All yours.
On a sweltering Thursday in June, over 1,100 incoming freshmen, or plebes, arrive at the United States Naval Academy, where future officers prepare to be commissioned into the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps.
To be accepted in the United States Naval Academy, it's a very rigorous process. It's a very competitive process.
How are you?
We were there for day one, known as Induction Day, or I-Day, which marks the beginning of their time at Annapolis.
I knew I wanted to serve my country, so I knew I wanted to join the military.
I just want to do something bigger than myself.
I'm just so proud of them. We have worked really long and hard for this moment, and we just feel like all the hard work pays off.
Good morning. Welcome aboard.
I-Day kicks off Plebe Summer, a challenging 6-week basic training program that all future midshipmen are required to complete.
It's a difficult program designed to be that way because what we're developing here, the leaders that we're developing, we expect to be enduring leaders.
Just over 7% of the more than 16,000 applicants were admitted to the academy. 26% of the incoming class is female.
It's pretty amazing to go in with my twin sister. We've always had a really special bond.
And 40% is represented by minorities.
This incoming class is probably one of our most diverse in recent years. We want everybody to be on the same even playing field so that we can build a common foundation for them to continue to grow upon.
Located just 32 miles from Baltimore, the academy is situated on the banks of the Chesapeake Bay. It was founded in 1845 by Secretary of the Navy George Bancroft.
Annapolis graduation and ship assignments for fleet duty go out to 384 new ensigns. So it's goodbye to midshipman days and into officerhood. Then to the 7 seas, the call of duty for these new officers of a mighty fleet.
Good morning, big guy. What's your name? Matthew. Where are you from? Alabama.
Once inside Alumni Hall, the plebes follow a green line that takes them through 23 different processing stations.
Line up by your last name, permits report packet out.
The second station gives the plebes one last chance to discreetly dispose of any fake IDs, alcohol, or drugs. The plebes are breathalyzed and screened by medical personnel.
68. 1992 Olympic
Female plebes have to take a pregnancy test.
Here you go. Thank you. Enjoy.
Each plebe is issued a 225-page book called Reef Points that introduces them to the Navy and the Naval Academy. Plebes are expected to memorize more than 1,000 facts in the book,
You're gonna love it.
which they'll be tested on throughout the summer. Before they get their uniforms, all plebes have to make one more stop, the barber shop.
There you go.
Male plebes shave their heads.
Oh my God.
Female plebes can wear their hair in a tight bun. Otherwise, it must be no longer than chin length. Then, it's time for the plebes to get their gear. After uniform issue, they transfer all of their belongings into a single bag.
So the first basic response, repeat after me, is sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, no, sir. Sir, no, sir.
Before leaving Alumni Hall, they learn the Navy's basic customs and courtesies, including the proper way to salute. After that, the plebes head to their dorm at Bancroft Hall.
What's your company?
And assemble on an area known as Red Beach.
Charlie 5. Charlie 5. Whoa, Charlie 5 down there.
What do you keep smirking for? You really think this is a game or something?
A select group of third-year midshipmen are known as detailers.
No running, just walk fast.
And are tasked with teaching proper protocol to the plebes.
Now study and know the entire chain of command. Do you understand me?
Sir, yes, sir.
And to correct them when necessary.
Your left hand, what do you think is wrong with it?
Follow me.
That's right. I don't even have to tell you, right? Because you knew it was wrong. So then let it happen again. Don't shake your head.
These detailers have a genuine concern for every single one of these men and women coming into our class, because these are the members that are going to be part of our family come fall.
Tuck it in, get it away, sir, sir. Sir, sir.
These are the ones that we're going to serve with in the future, and they want them to be the best that they can possibly be.
Tuition at Annapolis is free, but midshipmen commit to 5 years of active duty service after graduation. While at Annapolis, midshipmen receive a salary of $1,087 per month. After graduation, the money they save will be waiting for them. Family members gather for one last look at the class of 2023 before plebe summer begins. Everything the plebes learn on I-Day culminates in the oath ceremony held in Tecumseh Court.
Class of 2023, please rise. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duty of the office upon which you are about to enter? So help you God.
After taking the oath, the plebes get 45 minutes to spend with their families. And to eat, since this is the last meal they'll get that isn't cooked in the Academy mess hall. After 45 minutes, the plebes have to say goodbye.
Regiment! Attention!
the 1,100 new plebes march into Bancroft Hall. And when the doors close, their journey to becoming midshipmen officially begins.
You okay, man? Mother.
Hey, put the bat down! Police, drop the bat!
I want you to take all the notions that you have about what we do in the Secret Service, that you've seen on the movies and on TV shows, and I want you to throw it out the window. The Secret Service is the premier law enforcement agency in the world. It is by far the best protective agency that's ever been. The Secret Service has a zero-fail mission. That is now your responsibility. That is now the weight on your shoulders. Now you have to earn it every single day.
This is Secret Service Boot Camp. Before they join the Secret Service, all recruits have to graduate from the agency's 6-month training program. Training happens here at the James J. Rowley Training Center in Laurel, Maryland, located about 20 miles north of Washington.
Welcome to the James J. Rowley United States Secret Service Training Center.
On day 1, a new class of recruits arrives at the academy.
Have a seat. Every one of you sitting here right now, there was about 100 other applicants that tried to get the seat that you have earned. How did you earn that seat? You earned that seat by getting through our very, very difficult and in-depth vetting process. And you should be congratulated. And I hope you celebrated, because the celebration time is over. Now's the time for business. Everybody clear on that? On Saturday, you will depart.
Before they begin their Secret Service specific training, these recruits will spend 3 months at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Artesia, New Mexico.
Get back in the building now!
Before returning to Maryland for 3 more months of focused training that includes driving, marksmanship, hand-to-hand combat, and realistic threat scenarios.
You're going to hear a phrase over and over and over again throughout your training, in particular this week. The Secret Service has a zero-fail mission. What that means in layman's terms, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You don't get a bad day in the Secret Service. There's plenty of other pursuits out there, noble pursuits, lawyers, plumbers, firemen, doctors. If one of those folks has a rough night the night before, stays out late, they have to deal with their boss, some kind of disciplinary action. If you have a bad day and you don't do your job, you're going to change the world. Is there anyone that doesn't want to proceed at this point? All right, then let's get down to business.
We spent 3 days at the training center where we observed recruits at various stages of training.
It's going to be a long week.
For the new class, their first week focuses on a physical evaluation.
Let's go! Hold stop!
And getting rid of any bad habits they may have brought into the academy.
We left yesterday without chairs being pushed in, and now we can't pay attention to detail 1 minute after the detail's given out. And we're laughing and joking in here. It is going to be an extremely long week. Do not make plans for Friday getting out of here on time, because that ain't happening.
Although we were allowed to film inside the academy, our access was limited, and we were only able to film certain aspects of training, the rest of which remained secret.
There's certain things that we will not be able to show yourself or any other members of the media here, and that's really for the safety of our protectees. We don't want to advertise our playbook, so to speak.
For example, we weren't able to film any training that incorporated this partial replica of Air Force One, used to create specific scenarios where the president is threatened.
We don't want to give people specifics into our protective methodologies that we have in place for some of our protection. Clearly, some of those things we cannot share, and that's really to make sure that we're not giving any sort of an advantage to any of our adversaries out there.
United States Secret Service, America's first line of defense against the counterfeiter and the crank.
The Secret Service was founded in 1865. Its primary mission? to combat the counterfeiting of U.S. currency.
The famed Secret Service, whose foremost duty is protecting the President of the United States and his family.
The Secret Service began its protective mission after the 1901 assassination of President William McKinley.
I am the President's personal bodyguard. I go where he goes. I want to say that anybody who has no business with him better look out. And believe me, I don't mean maybe.
Since the Secret Service began its protective mission, the president has remained a target. Since 1901, President Kennedy has been the sole president to die at the hands of an assassin, despite numerous attempts by others. Like in 1994, when a gunman opened fire on the White House while President Clinton watched a football game inside.
Due to the weight of our protective mission, we have to make sure that anyone in those positions is truly worthy of trust and confidence, which is our motto here. We're getting ready to go into another campaign year, so we have to build up our workforce in order to help support that.
The base salary for new agents and officers starts as low as $47,000 a year. Potential recruits apply on the Secret Service website, but most applicants are eliminated during an intense vetting process.
Generally, it takes quite a long time in order to get through our screening process. The very in-depth background checks, qualification to obtain a top secret clearance and maintain one, to undergo a polygraph examination, successfully pass that. They have a lot to be proud of just for the fact that they're sitting here.
Stay right there.
One thing to understand, guys, this is not a video game.
In this exercise, recruits interact with a video screen that plays a scenario involving a potential threat to a protectee.
Search up! Hey, stop moving! Stop moving!
And are judged on how quickly they're able to assess and respond to the threat.
So, there's the gun I knew I was going to find. What can I do with this?
Recruits also engage with role players who create realistic law enforcement scenarios.
I'll check it over here, officer.
Working in motor vehicles plays a big part in training in what the Academy calls protective transportation. Recruits train behind the wheel of high-speed Dodge Chargers and Chevy Suburbans.
The Secret Service's mission is to get protectees safely from point A to point B. The training that we provide enhances that mission, that foundational driving that they are going to need to be effective Secret Service agents.
All right, everybody ready? All right.
Recruits also experience a rollover simulator to prepare them for what it's like inside a vehicle that's flipped over.
Next 4 up.
The instructor allowed us in the simulator.
I'm upside down.
To experience it from the inside. Recruits spend hours on the firing range. They cross paths with active agents who've come back to the academy for in-service training. Recruits engage in water-based scenarios, including being challenged to escape from this apparatus, which simulates being trapped in a helicopter that's flipped upside down underwater.
You guys good? Still want to be here?
Yes, ma'am.
You guys ready to do some team tactics?
Yes, ma'am.
Recruits learn control tactics, used to detain and subdue an assailant.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Male and female recruits train together throughout basic training. Of the approximately 7,000 people in the Secret Service, less than 25% are female.
I'm gonna come around and check your seals one more time.
One of the most challenging parts of training occurs when the recruits are exposed to tear gas. Holy Oof, it is burning my eyes. We couldn't bring our camera inside the gas chamber, but we did convince an officer to shoot inside with an iPhone, showing us what it's like for recruits when they're exposed to the gas.
Got lots of mass. Okay, we go. Good job, good job, good job.
We weren't allowed to interview recruits during training or to film at graduation. Once training is complete, these future agents and officers begin their zero-fail mission against the backdrop of an intense election year in a nation divided by politics.
We protect the office of the president. We're not political appointees. It doesn't matter to us who the people elect. We're going to protect those individuals with the same zealousness that we would regardless. Political opinions don't come into play at all. What we're focused on is training, preparing them to do the job that they're going to need to do, and that's all that counts for us.